Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to be doing a full run walkthrough on building a Curren for Capricorn Cup. Now, you've probably already seen with my guide, as well as other content creators' guides, that sprints are nothing but one giant gamble, which is true, but you can kind of make it where you have an improved chance through getting kind of some of the good skills to help you pop off at the end, as all the different Umas have different ways that they're trying to win. You have something like building a front Condor, or not front, but like a pace-chasing Condor Pasa that's trying to get in second or first place, and her ult just gives her an automatic win. You have Curren, which is one where you're wanting to take off at the end with using her ult through passing and potentially getting speed carryover from a good speed skill, or potentially ulting like right at the right time that she can take off. And so I've built a couple I can kind of showcase what I'm kind of looking for, and then we'll kind of go through a full run of how I get to that place. Now first I'm going to have to get rid of this here. That was, when you get used to running sprints, you forget that you need stamina on your Umas, and can't beat the Kika show. We have a few that I built. Now this one I actually haven't marked, but this is potentially going to be my ace here. But it has some problems with it. So this is the one that I just recently built, that we've been testing, and she can really pop off. The biggest thing, this one is like going all in on trying to get Victoria, Planka, give mommy a hug alongside, look at Curren, her ult. And so her ult is gain momentum and begin to advance when passing another runner while well positioned around halfway through the race. And so you're wanting to try and get this towards the end, because this is a big acceleration and a speed increase. So this one is built 100% on trying to get that speed carryover with it, in that it's got Professor of Curvature, it's got Speed Start, it's got It's On, it's got Sprint Corners double hit, Pace Chaser Corners double hit, and Tail held high, as well as we're getting Hesitant Pace Chasers to slow us down. And this one has only Pace S versus Sprint or Turf S, which is pretty important because I did not get a max win on this one, but I did get a fairly high power. And so she works pretty well when she ults towards that end. And I mean, she just blows by everybody when it happens, but it's a gamble. Luckily, you bring 3 in that case. We have my other one, though, here, which is the first one I built, and I've been kind of trying to trial them out. This one's more of the gamble one. This one, my Kita-san Black. Oh, yeah, I didn't show the cards here. This is the deck. Now, it is a very whaley deck. We will be using this deck. We'll be using basically the same deck when I do the run, but I'll kind of talk around some potential other cards you could use, because I know most people are not going to have a deck at this level. We have this one down here. This one got the max wit, a little bit less power. But actually, we have Turf S here instead of Pace. So the stats overall are higher on this one, with the Turf S bringing this up closer to 1200 power. Wit being 1200 and speed being 1200. But this one missing Professor of Curvature, but we do have Speed Star. We do have Sprint Corners. We do have Pace Chaser Corners. And then Ignited Spirit Speed. But we have more of the gamble stuff. So Turbo Sprint. Plan X, I mean, we're finding this one's like very high gamble and almost not worth it. But Meticulous Measures and Turbo Sprint are pretty good as the gambles. And so this one does pretty well as well. And I'd say they get wins. There's 9 Umas, so 1/9 of the time when she pops off with the gambles. Now when we're trialing her out, they are in very try-hard rooms. A lot of my viewers, when we do our runs, are very try-hard. Against people that are like more casual, that you're going to see in like round 1 and round 2, or even potentially the finals, being how gamble it is, I see her performing a lot better alongside my other ones that I built. And so we're just going to go ahead and do a walkthrough of a build of it, just kind of talk through how I got to where I am there. Now, like I said, the deck is definitely something most people are not going to have. It's not very free-to-play friendly, but we'll talk about some replacements that'll basically serve the same purpose. It's just your stats will be slightly lower with the same amount of luck. So first we will go with Curren here. Now on my parents. So for her, now I don't have the best for sprint parents. It's definitely one of my weaker points. And so you want to get your El Condor Pasa hit. Now I have this one. I got really lucky on an actual ace run of El Condor Pasa here. That got me a power 2 or power 3 with Pace Chaser 2. The negative being on this one, this was building for getting sprint sparks. So in order to get like decent sprint parents, I had to sacrifice a little bit in places. But it does have Unity Cup 3 here. But it has Curren Chan in the parent there. So I have her. But I don't think we use actually that one because it's got low affinity there. I think, where is it? I believe I have other ones. Oh, okay, those aren't my parents. Those are my 3 stars. So we have this one, Power Mile, no, Power Guts and Turf. I think this is the one I've been using. Yes. So this has Turf 2, Turf 2, Turf 2, Power. I mean, I don't have a very good Turf / Sprint parents, so this is like the best I'm working with. And so if you actually have better parents, you might actually be able to get stats similar to mine in the sense that your Sparks can carry you what my Whale cards are carrying you. And then the other one you want is Mummy Creek. Now, if you don't have Mummy Creek, then she can be someone that when you were building your parents, if you're building your parents, you put her as, there's some borrows out there that have like 3-star green with like 3-star power, and potentially some turf sparks. You can use those as building your parent of something else, and then you have like a 50-50 shot of getting the alt on Inherit. It just adds some more gamble to your runs when you do that. Now, let's see. I'm pretty sure this is the one we're using. Now, getting double circle affinity is just not going to happen. And in this one, of course, I'm using my 2 power, 2 turf, 2 groundwork, Taiki Shuttle. This one I actually borrowed a Tokai Teo with 3 Unity Cut, 3 power, 3 turf. And on this one, we got Countermeasure, Prepared to Pass, Discount, Speed 2, Turf 2. It works. It's good enough. It's for sprints. It's all a gamble. And like I said, I'm able to get decent power. Now, I was messing around with the Saiyan Sky run here. So I go with now, one of the negatives of Curren Chan, if you're in my shoes where you have MLB, Nice Nature, and 3 Limit or MLB, Fine Motion, is you cannot borrow the one card I would want to borrow on her, which is Curren Chan Wit. I cannot borrow that. Since I can't borrow that, there is the other good option, which is the Bokshin Speed. I do not have that MLB. Using it alongside Kita Sunblack and Biko, and then I'll take another Wit card, which Marvelous Sunday is the other best one for me. And that is my deck. Now, there are replacements for this. My Biko Pegasus, high training effectiveness. I mean, you got your standard ones that you've always been looking at. I like to look for the ones that have decent race bonus, because skill points on Curren Chan is very hard to come by, doing pretty much only sprints unless you have some mile sparks in there to help her do mile races to get skill points. So something like if you have Shinko Windy, has some speed bonus, no power bonus on her, but she does have that race bonus. I believe Sweep Tosho, of course, always good, has skill point bonus, has 5% race bonus, which is nice. So it can help you get the skill points. Now, some people like King Halo speed. I don't. She doesn't have race bonus. But if you still have even this, if you played since the beginning, the Special Week speed card, now it doesn't really have anything in here, I don't believe. You have Wet Conditions, which is pretty good for your power. But she has 5 race bonus, pretty good friendship bonus, so she can be pretty good. And, I mean, it's just basically taking another speed card. Tokai Teo Speed also has a lot of potential, being that she actually has Rushing Gale, one of the gamble skills. And so you can use that for your straightaway acceleration. And then on her skills here, I don't think she really has much. I mean, you got Nimble Navigator, potentially. But I don't have her at high limit break. She's not all that good, but she does have power bonus. And a little bit of race bonus. Big reason I don't want to use her is that. And so those are some of your options in speed. When it comes to your wits, if you don't have Nice Nature or Fine Motion, I mean, you have the simple ones. You have Agnes Tachyon Wit, wherever she's at. Yeah, I'm losing track of all my cards. This is what happens when you have too many. Yeah, okay, you have Agnes Tachyon Wit. You have, I mean, you could, I think Daiwa Scarlet has, yeah, she has a little bit of race bonus. She has pretty high friendship bonus. And I believe, does she have, yeah, she has like prepared to pass. Hint. Competitive Spirit, another one that can be potentially good here. If you're going with the triple pace chasers, Competitive Spirit is an optional, like a green you could use. I feel like this is going to be a fairly easy one to trigger in the pace chaser slot if you're going triple pace yourself. So that gives you that option there. Of course, Marvelous Sunday, she has 10% race bonus. Pretty good skills. Tail held high. Hesitant pace chasers ramp up. So you can slow down. I've seen some people go with the strategy of trying to get all three of their Umas to have hesitant pace chasers since they're so strong. Has some potential there. And that's really your deck here. Now, there are some people that are going with... There's the other option I have, which is... which can get you the really high roll that I've tried. Dropping Biko for Nishino Flower Power. And actually, I think we'll try it with Nishino Flower Power on this run. Since my other one, we did the 3 speed. She has power bonus to help get that power up. She has race bonus 15%. But she also has Pace Chaser Corners. And then one of the gamble skills, Straightaway Acceleration. We'll actually try it with her. I've struggled to hit the stat points with her, but she is that, she's the one that can give you the high roll. And so that's pretty much it with that. Kind of see on my parents here, nothing too crazy. Let's just go ahead and get right into it for a Curren-chan run here. Now, I will say sprints are kind of the most straightforward on it. Nice thing with Curren-chan is, when I look at her, she is only 3A. So she should be only getting, from the bubble bursts, sprint and pace skills, both which are good. So it's really nice. Just make sure you're not taking front up to A. And Mile, I've seen the people, if you can get her up to Mile C or B, it makes it where you're basically able to win the mile races, and thus that can help with skill points. Now, I don't have parents really set up to do that, so we're not going to go with that. So this first one here, we'll go with speed. Now, she has bonuses to speed and power, but because you're trying to get that high wit, it can be a little tricky to get max speed without getting like a fairly decent roll on the run, especially if you constantly are getting really good power hits. Okay, we always love to see this, getting that early friendship. Then other thing with Nishino Flower Power 2 is she brings ability to get early charming sometimes. Yeah, someone's mentioning if we wanted to go for the safety route with speed, like I've already mentioned with that, it is easier to get the pace stuff on her versus somebody like El Condor Pasa. If you're trying to build that pace El Condor Pasa, she's very hard because she's A in so many things. Okay, we're going to take the guts hit here. Got the up arrow. Got some friendship on them. Okay, nice. Now, Fine Motions and Speed Star. One thing that sucks. You are gambling on getting Speed Star. So far, man, we're already having to rest. Kinda sucks. Now, if you really want to go over that high roll, sometimes you're going to have to throw away these Umas quickly if you're not getting what you want. Nice thing about the sprints, though, I'm not as concerned about getting S in anything. If I do get an S in something, great. But I don't feel it as necessary as anything else. Oh my goodness. It's going to make me hit stamina here. I like the up arrows. That sucks. I mean, if you get a good hit on stamina, you don't want to not take it. But I try and avoid it as much as possible. Alright, we are close enough to the high here. So we're going to go ahead and just take the top one. Now, if I wasn't doing a video, I'd probably would gamble on it. My goodness, it keeps getting... You know what? We're going to take the power one. I try and avoid stamina. You do not need stamina at all. Unless you have very, like, significant differences on, like, you have, like, 5 friendships you can gain there. Okay, but it's almost like throwing away a turn when you hit on it, unless you're getting a lot of value on those friendships or up arrows. Okay, we're there. It keeps throwing them. Okay, we're gonna take that guts one over the other one. Okay, we got Bakshin for rainbows now. Fine motion moving up. Bakshin starting her event. She's got one of the better gambles. Okay, a nice wit hit here. Yeah, the beginning's super straightforward. Take the wit option here. Okay, got friendship. Genius, efficiency, speed, and power. Power is going to be very important, so I try and err on the side of power, even though she has 20% power, and all my sparks are mostly power. Okay, nice. Double arrow, double friendships. Okay, that's our easy rest here now. Not liking my speed. Speed's feeling a little low, especially on her. Okay, we'll take the stats there. Gap closer, not all that good. Power hit. Okay, we got 2 ready to pop. Now, the thing that sucks when you're hitting power as well, while it's nice for power, you are throwing away points on stamina that you really don't need. So that is one of the downsides when you do hit the power. Okay, we'll take that. Rice shower going up, popping off here. Pace chaser straightaway. Straightaway ones are not as good. I really want the corner ones. Bakshin's event pushing through. Okay, a nice pop and rainbow on speed. And that one's garbage. The pace, heal, or sprint. Okay, a double speed with some... Okay, we're starting to get a little bit here. Marvelous Sunday is almost ready to pop. Gotta hope we can get some wit hits, though, now. Okay, we don't got anything, man. We're having to rest quite a bit. When you have a strong... Like, when you have a lot of wit cards, I try... Like, you want... A good run is one where you're not, like, resting at all. You get the rainbows as soon as you can on them, and you just start spamming wit hits. And that's not what it's doing today. It's giving me speed. If you start getting speed early... It actually can kill the run because you're going to be resting so many turns. Which is kind of what's happening here. Yeah, like they're saying, my wit cards are not showing up. Okay, so when it warns me, you most certainly want to race here. Because this is a G2. Now, because you don't... The next 2 turns, you have the pre-op. And then you have a pre-op. So, unless you have like a god tier hit... you're going to want to do this ready. Skill points are already a problem with Curren-chan. So missing out on the G2s can be pretty bad because there's very few G1s and she pretty much does them all part of her run. Okay, decent power hit here. Okay. Another wit hit. Pretty low rolls so far, though. My wit cards are only about halfway up. But, I mean, we're slowly making progress. And we're gonna rest again. Sleep deprived. Well, that sucks. Luckily, we get energy after the new year here. Take. Let's do the middle one. I almost always do the middle one now, as it's just so much safer. Especially even if I have like god tier luck on the bubble verse, unless I'm like a higher rank, because you have so few teammates at this point. It feels like you can lose this race and completely kill that god run right there if you had like a crazy good run going. But by doing that, you definitely now I want to take all of the top ones. And as long as the run keeps running pretty well, that won't be an issue at all. Okay, we got the 3 up arrows here. Getting some friendship with her and a bubble. Ready to burst. Okay, 3 bubbles. With 2 of them, getting them up. Man, it is, this is so far feeling like our power's pretty good shape, but the other stats are feeling, okay, we did not get tail held. It'd be nice if you get tail held higher off of her. There's straightaway acceleration. You take the bottom one here. One of your good gamble skills. Okay, rest again. Do that race. Speed and power here. Yeah, we're getting our speed. But man, I'm really worried about wit in this run. But if you get lucky, I mean, you can pop off on speed and power early on that will help you win the races. But it'll just make the end of the run a lot harder because you're just trying to get those crazy wit hits to get that wit up. Because you really want a high wit because most of this track is a downhill that you're going to be taking advantage of. Ignited power. That's another gamble skill there we can use. Not a very strong one, but it is a gamble that you can use. You have nothing better. Actually going to hit this one for the friendship. I don't consider that good enough hit. Give myself some wit. Okay, we are ahead now. We are ranked C, which is good for the summer. That's nice. Okay, fine motion's ready to burst. Almost ready to be maxed here. Yep, there we go. We'll burst fine motion. Now she can give rainbows. Not getting really lucky on these bursts, though, on skills. And it's me, ideal wit would be max. Like, my ideal stats, or, well, perfect stats would be 1200 speed, 1200 power, and 1200 wit. But ultimately, it's just get them as high as you can. They both are pretty important. But I think if you get at least 1,000 on both of them, especially if you don't have, like, the whale deck, that should be fine. Okay, we have... Man, we got rainbows everywhere. This one has the Baksheen hint. We got sprint corners there. I mean, we have some decent stuff in here. We're going to go with it. Huge lead's not a good one, though. Now, we are going to be going into the summer under energy. So hopefully we can get our wit here. The hope is we get our wits. Multiple wit hits in a row here. That's where we're weak. I don't like going into the summer like this, but... I mean, this run's already starting off fairly low roll. I would have already abandoned this run. Probably after the first inspiration, but I'm keeping it going for the sake of the video. But this one is a fairly low roll at this point. There we go. Okay, maybe it can make up for itself. Just keep doing that. Nice nature can give rainbows. Give me some more. There we go. See, this is where it can be okay to go into the summer sometimes without enough energy, because if you can just keep hitting wit, then you basically get to take advantage of the entire summer. It's one giant rest fest. Now we're at high enough to do whatever we want on the last day of the summer. Of course, we're going to pop off. Alright, we're recovering our wit a little bit here. Actually came out okay. Not the best, but it came out okay there. We have Raisha ready to give us a Bubble Burst. Yeah, our wit's weaker. We're going to hit wit. Okay, we're recovering. See, this is where you can recover a little bit. Our wit's pretty decent. Countermeasure hint. Okay. Now we're going into the Sprinter Stakes. Okay, we are ahead on rank, too. And our power is actually in pretty good shape. Already at almost 650. Okay, we got at least second place. That gives us all the skill points. One problem, though, we'll have here soon is trying to sneak in some extra races. Okay, we got Bakshins. That's a good gamble skill right there. Not seeing anything crazy here. Let's see what we got race-wise. We do have a G2 sprint. Let's do it. There's just not that many G1s, so we're having to take these G2s as they show. Power hit. Nice one to get. And we are only in a good mood, so we do kind of hope that we can get a mood up from a race like that. Okay, we'll do that. That is a power. I don't know if I want to hit it there, though. The G3 sprint, what do we got on the next one? Yeah, I think we'll do the G3 sprint here. I don't really like anything I saw there. Gotta get these races in anyway. Get those skill points. Now, she does have a secret event during the next summer where we'll get some extra races in there, too. A guts hit. Not the best. Okay, we got a speed one here. Stamina and wit. Not really all that good of an event. And big energy. Now, after this, depending on where I'm at here, because we have such strong wit cards, I will actually take the skill points going into the new year. Because I have complete open options here. And part of the gamble is saying, hey, I might get a very strong wit hit, and if I take that energy on the new year, I might let it go to waste if I do a strong wit hit. So, we're actually going to take the skill points here. Kind of a gamble, but I mean, we're completely open on what we want to do in that first turn. So if we have a really strong speed hit, we can still hit it. And there we go. There's why I do it. That is why I took the skill points. Countermeasure. Oh, I am finally taking advantage of the increased hot spring tickets. There we go. I don't think I've had one with Curren Chan yet either. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do some speed. Our stats are actually not looking too bad now. We still need to get really good hits throughout, but our stats are actually recovered a decent amount. That is a very weak bubble there. Everybody's on stamina. I don't really like anything here. We don't have any good races though, so we are going to just take that speed. We don't have any ill effects here with her, so we take the energy. Take the speed. Our stats are not too bad here. We're about to do 2 races back to back. Okay, rank A. That's good. Still continuing to be ahead. Okay, I always like to win that one because this is the one that I'm lacking on these things by quite a bit. It does suck that the event giving us double of these is over, so accumulating them a lot slower now. Now I will say I don't think we have finished Fine Motions event yet. We have quite a few events to finish. I don't think we finished Kitasan Blacks either. Okay, we got a gold. We would love Turf S, but Pace S, Speed, Sprint S, any of that's good here. We didn't get any of it, but it is what it is. It's Sprint. None of it's necessary. You can get away without it as long as you have the gamble skills. Now, we did get a pretty good... I'm pretty sure we have, like, a really strong discount on... yeah, we have max on Ignited Power. Man, we do not have any of the corner skills yet, though. We do got Turbo Sprint. This I don't think came from the card. I don't think we finished it. Hopefully we didn't finish the event, just that. Straightaway acceleration, but yeah, we haven't finished like any of our support cards yet. This is like the main problem in Unity Cup when you're running a whale deck like this, is finishing the event chains. Well, this one sucks. This is gonna kill my energy here. But we'll take the guts and wit side. Right-handed, not useful. I mean, we are getting our wit here. I gotta remember, one more, the day before summer is the first race. Ooh, we got hesitant pace chasers there. Okay, we're gonna take this hint. Pace chaser corners. Come on. Or stats. That's a nice power hit. We're gonna have to race. This one's a little tricky. I like that power hit. But we can get it off of speed hits. We're already sitting at set, so we have... Yeah, we're gonna actually take this, because this gets Taiki Shuttle ready. We can get another bubble here. I think wit or power is good there. We are getting ready to go into the summer. So I am taking a lot of risk here. I am taking a lot of risk, but this run is already feeling kind of bad. So this is the first one of her secret event. So we are going to be a little low on energy. We gotta hope we get that Rainbow Wit going in here. But when you want the high roll, you gotta take the gambles. Okay, easy win there. Of course the speed hit comes, and the gamble does not pay off. I done made a mistake. At least we can pop on it. This is a bad summer though. Oh, maybe we can recover, because we're now gonna race. We're now gonna race. Man, we are not getting lucky on these things. Alright, this is the second race you need to do for her secret event. Oh, Speed Star. We got Speed Star. Okay. We just need Kita-san Black to finish, and I'm pretty sure we only need one more event from that one. This is the last race of hers. Okay. Now with that, our secret event is complete. We'll get some stats based on your race bonus here at the end. And sprinting gear. And then, of course, you're going to have this. It's going to say you're doing 3 races in a row, but since it's a mission, it will not cause the mood down. That's fine. We gotta hope for a... What the heck? Admire Vega coming in here. Ooh, just in time for some extra energy that we need. But we need Kita-san Blacks to finish. Not having Professor of Curvature is one of the reasons my other one's bad. Okay, we'll hit that. Ooh. We're not going to actually gamble on this one since we can get energy back through that. That's a pretty big power hit there. We're going to take it. Keeping us up there. We need Kita-san Black to show up. Not the right one to be finishing. We're running out of time. Oh wait, okay, that might have been my last run. I thought we had started it. Okay, I was thinking of my last run. Okay, Kita-san Black is dead. This run's been dead for a while now then. Not having Professor of Curvature or any of the other corner skills is just completely kills it. Oh, she's taunting me. We can't get it on the next turn. We cannot get it on the next turn. Now, I have seen it clutch, but she cannot get it on this one. Because it's the holiday one. But we'll see where the stats land here. I mean, it's a fairly low roll on the stats, though. I'm not going to be able to max, get close to my, other stat thresholds either. And tomorrow, no, you do not get those events during the URA. Ooh, almost lost that. Now, we are low on energy, so we pretty much want some triple wits here. Yeah. It's a low roll. Now some would say I'll maybe take the wit there, but it is what it is. What really is going to dictate whether you get a high roll or not on a Curren run is going to, one, come down to getting the right skills, but two is your wit cards need to perform. My speed cards aren't even performing on this run, let alone my wit cards. You really want to see a lot of those double or even triple wits that give you basically so you're just not resting. The high rolls are where the wit cards basically make it where you never need to rest. And we rested quite a bit on this run. And that'll be it. That is the run. I mean, the stats for a low roll, not too bad, but we'll see. I think I got a lot of skill points on this one, though. One area that sometimes you'll get the stats, you'll get the skills, and then you won't have the skill points. Getting those extra races in can be very hard as well. We did get our hot spring event, though. I'm pretty sure I hadn't unlocked it yet. Yeah, got just over 2,000, so that's about an extra 150 compared to what I typically seem to be getting. So, yeah, we didn't hit the stats and we didn't get the skills, but let's just see here. We would get that. I would take it's on. I would want Speed Star. We're going to end up making our apparent. We'll take Power. We did not get any of the corners, but I would normally want to double hit a corner skill. One of the corner, that. You gotta just take a lot of these gambles. Turbo Sprint. I would want Professor of Curvature if we had it. And I would drop, I'd actually probably drop that for Professor of Curvature, because that one's very gambly. Straightaway Acceleration. Yeah, and then if we'd had Professor of Curvature, we would take that. And that would basically be the build. But we're going to see if we can get a sprint parent out of this, so we're going to take the power and the speed one, I think. I guess we could take Intimidate, Hesitate, Pace Chasers. And if you have extra skill points, Hesitate, Pace Chaser. Hesitant Pace Chasers is a fairly cheap skill if you get a good discount to take to slow down the other Pace Chasers. Just a little bit one to kind of try and give you that last little oomph at the end to get you in front of them. 60 skill points here. I don't have anything to throw it on. Can I afford right-handed? I cannot. What do I need? 81? We'll drop it's on for right-handed. We don't care about speed for sprints, though. So, you know what? I think we just throw away the 61 skill points. It is what it is. Whatever. Highly unlikely this is going to give me a sprint parent, but we'll see. I don't really have good sprint parents, so if I get like something really good, I'll take it. Ooh. If only it was power 3. I can say that's pretty decent though. Sprint gear, we got both Ignited Spirit Speed and Power. Prepared to Pass, Sprinting gear, Ramp Up. Not too bad. Definitely would love to have Power 3. If that was Power 3, I'd be like, heck yeah. But I'll definitely keep this one in mind, though, because Turf is always hard to come by. So, hey, we got something out of it. But, that is pretty much it. That is a Curren run. Definitely if you can get more races mixed in there, that definitely helps. I mean, you can see how many skills I was able to take if you get like an additional like three races mixed in, as well as getting higher stats. I mean, maxing speed is not 100% mandatory. Getting around a fairly high power and high wit is the biggest thing. If you can get Turf S, that's the most important. But Turf, Pace, Sprint, any of them, getting on any of them S can give you some value. Don't even worry about Stamina or Guts. We did hit Stamina a couple times here, if you remember at the beginning. If those hits could have been on Speed or Power or something, I mean, you can already tell. That's like an additional 30 or so points right there. So you just got to get that high roll. Now, I do know for the free-to-plays, this is the deck I am using here, so you can just assume yours will probably be a little bit lower. But if you do have better parents, I mean, my El Condorpasa has Guts 1 star. Not the best. She's only a Power 2 with Turf 2. Power 3, Turf 2. Power 2, yeah, so like I don't have the best, this one's Speed with Turf. I don't have the best parents. I didn't grind heavily for Sprint parents because it's such a gamble, and I can kind of carry my stats with my support cards with these very whaley cards. If you have better parents, especially on the power side, it is possible to get up to that 1100 or even 1200 power, especially in Turf S. And that can be fairly strong, especially when it comes to round 1 and 2, trying to get yourself into the finals. But that is a Curren Chan run, kind of my thought process on it. Yeah, it is what it is. It's gamble making the Uma, and then you're gonna feel bad in the test runs too. Just know, because it's such a high gamble, it doesn't matter how good you get them, you're going to lose a good chunk in there just because it's all gamble. But yeah, that's it. And if you like my content, if you can like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.